What's going on, everybody? It's Cam with Blue Empire back for another video. Going over Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1. Bittersweet feeling coming away from this game. But we're going over Reece James, Moisés Caicedo, Robert Sánchez, and then the unsung heroes of Trevoh Chalobah and Fofana. Let's get to it. First things first, let's go ahead and get the bad out the way. Our boy let us down today. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know, he's by far our most important player, and with Cole out of the team, he's for sure our best player. And you know, I'm not here to pile all the blame, pile all the criticism on him. But just flat out today, he let us down. You know, big game. First versus second, opportunity to take back 3 points from the league leaders, and he gets sent off for a dangerous challenge in the 38th minute. I don't think it was malicious, but definitely a little bit reckless. You could tell he was on one today. He was fired up, and you know, we love to see that. We love to see that from him, especially with that role that he plays. But I think playing with that type of mental edge, you walk a fine line. And, you know, and today he stepped over the line just a little bit. He'll bounce back. That's the type of player he is. I fully believe and fully back him to, you know, take his little 3-game break, which actually might be a blessing in disguise for him. Take his little 3-game break, come back fully rested, ready to go, ready to lock down midfields day after day. But also, if we want to be completely honest, if you watch Moy, right, you know that he was due one of these. Not that he makes reckless challenges every week, but sometimes, right, sometimes he can get in there and, you know, he'll get away with one every now and again. It's a real weird dichotomy with him because, you know, he makes great tackles that like looks like fouls, and sometimes the referee gives a foul because he's like, there's no way he got that clean, but he did indeed get it clean. But with that, you know, sometimes he gets in there and he gets a little bit too much of the man. And, you know, that's what happened today. He got none of the ball. Slick little touch to get the ball out of there, and his foot just comes down on his ankle, stud straight on the ankle. That's going to be a red card every day of the week. Can't argue with it. Can't feel hard done by. But we're just a little disappointed in one of our main men today. But like I said, he'll move, he'll bounce back, and he'll be stronger than ever, I'm sure. But now that that's over with, Reece James, how good is Reece James? How good is Reece James? Puts all comparisons to Timber to bed today, without a shadow of a doubt. Reece James is a natural right back. But today he played in the midfield that had, for 38 minutes, Moisés Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and on the other side, Declan Rice. Those three, let me do the American three. Those three are the 3 most expensive midfielders in Premier League history, I believe. Definitely the most expensive of the most recent midfield transfers. And he was the best one today. Think about that. Think about how good you are. Think about how good you got to be out of position, right? And in such a big game, you're better than every other midfielder in the game, and you don't even play midfield. That man is something different. But yeah, he was all over the place today. He's so calm and so strong and solid. You can't move that man off of his spot if he doesn't want you to. His passing range is crazy. He's got all kind of different passes in his game. You know, not to say that today he was spraying passes all around, right? Digging deep into his bag of techniques. Today he was really just an all action midfielder. You know, coming up with key tackles, key dispossessions, right? Keeping possession, right? Keeping the attack flowing, especially after we went down to 10 men. The game changed. Later on, I'll talk about what I thought about the 11-on-11 time, but I had a sneaky suspicion that Reece would score today. Didn't get it done, but that was involved in the goal he puts in the cross that eventually leads to, the Trevoh Chalobah goal that puts us up 1-0. Cannot ask for anything more from our captain today. Puts the team on his back, puts the badge first, right? As he knows, like, hey, this is a rival, this is a big game, this is a derby. We got to get stuff done, and he comes to play today. Can't ask for anything more from our captain, one of our own, Reece James. Shouts goes out to Trevoh Chalobah and Wes Fofana. Wes is doing his damnedest to make sure that he gets back up to the level that made him the most expensive center back transfer in Premier League history, or at least. Secondly, I want to give huge shouts out to Trevoh Chalobah and Wes Fofana. Wes is doing his damnedest to get himself back to the level that made him the most expensive center back transfer at the time. Putting together back-to-back consecutive performances. Long may it continue. We pray that he stays healthy, because we know, right, that when he's healthy, right, he can be one of the better center backs in the league, as he's shown at his time in Leicester. Right, he's never really been healthy enough to show that and be solidified in that while at Chelsea. But he's making strides towards that now. And I think we're all looking forward to seeing him next to Levi Colwill and what our team looks like with them both at full fitness, in good form. Right. But in the meantime, while Levi is down with that ACL injury, Trevoh Chalobah has been putting in work. Trevoh Chalobah, I have said this before, that man, no matter what you think of him, that man is used by every manager that comes to this club, and there's a reason for that, right? Whatever you think about the heights that he can get to, right, it's undeniable that his floor is very high, right? Some players' ceilings are very high, like we know. Cole's ceiling is pretty high. Esteval's ceiling is pretty high, right? But while I believe Trev may have like a slightly above average ceiling, his floor is exceptional, right? He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He will make a mistake every now and again, right? Especially when Uncle Tosin's next to him. For the most part, that man is solid. Very rarely is he the reason that we lose, and I think that the managers, Maresca, and the ones that have come before him have seen that, identified that, and they rely on him. And today he was good. He was quite literally the reason that we came out of here with a point, scoring the goal, but also his defensive work today. Him and Wes worked their butts off, and I think they deserve credit for that. Bobito, you did damn good today, my dog. You was a boss today. Unfortunate to give up the equalizer, but context matters. At the time, we were down to man, and sometimes you just got to tip your cap. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to Arsenal. You hope that Cuckoo can kind of stop that cross from coming in, but man, just like Cuckoo's a good player, Saka's a good player too, and Saka had to earn every bit of that space that he created to get that cross in. And Arsenal's a good team. We're a good team as well, but sometimes you just tip your cap to them. But other than that, letting that equalizer in, Bobby was rock solid today. Hands strong, reactions on point. His cross claiming is going to be pristine. that man could grab some boards in the NBA. But yeah, really solidifying himself, right, with the rumors of Mike Maignan maybe coming in January, or at least a pre agreement being signed in January for him to come in the summer, with Mike Penders at Strasbourg doing well, playing inverted goalkeeper, playing damn near center back. He knows that he knows that if he slips, right, he's out of here. Maybe not out of the club, right, but out of that number one spot. And I think maybe for himself, if he's not the number one, he wants out of here. So I believe he has supreme motivation to continue this form, and he's playing his butt off. Every game he walks farther away from those bozo moments that he's had. Right, he walks further away from that narrative that you can't win a Premier League with him. Right, it's going to take rival fans much longer to notice these type of things, as it always does. But Rob Sanchez has been playing great for the better part of 18 months. But yeah, cannot say enough about Big Bob Sanchez today. Without him, we definitely lose this game. He makes a couple of great saves. Now, I do wish, he could catch the ball a little bit more, but I'm not complaining about a damn thing, right? He's keeping it out of the net. Today he actually, gets in a bit of a car wreck, for lack of a better description. He makes that bottom corner save, and it pops away from him a little bit. Thank God that it didn't pop too far away from him, because he was able to get back to it. But Victor Gyökeres was definitely sliding in, and obviously Vic got a yellow card for being a little bit late to the ball. Wasn't a red card, as he had all the right to go and try to nick that in. But it was just Bob was a little bit faster. But yeah, like, I do wish he'd catch it cleaner a little bit more. But man, I'm not complaining, because it's not going in the net, and that's his job. So yeah, Big Bob was excellent today. I would probably say my man of the match, him or Reece. This was such a bittersweet game, because those 38 minutes, that it's 11 on 11, we're the better team. I'm not going to say far and away, but for sure we're the better team, right? It was pretty open, a lot more open than I thought it would be. I thought it would start off pretty cagey and then open up as the game went on, but both teams came out pressing. Both teams, were moving the ball around, but also like stifling each other a little bit. But we looked sharper. I would say we had more chances. I haven't checked the XG numbers or anything, but I would say we had the most chances, early on. Obviously there was a couple little link ups between Esteval and Joao Pedro, a couple of decent shots on ball. I think Joao didn't cover himself in glory today. But that's why we have a good striker rotation. But yeah, man, I think our guys leave this game disappointed, right? That we obviously missed out on the opportunity to take 3 points off of the league leaders. But definitely proud of how we played. Like in my very first video, talking about the Burnley game and how it is clear evidence of growth and maturity in this team. And I think today is another sign of that, right? It just wasn't as favorable. But I think Chelsea last year lose this game. I think Chelsea the year before last definitely lose this game under Poch. Definitely lose this game. But even growth and maturity from Maresca, because you have to remember Maresca is a new coach as well. Excuse me. Maresca has, just as many managerial appearances as some of our players have, performance appearances. So he's going through, a growth process as well. But he didn't freak out and just immediately chop and change and ditch the game plan. He tried to adjust as much as he could, and we still fought. Obviously, getting the go-ahead goal after we go down to 10 man, with via a corner. Reece James puts it in from the right side, or from the left corner flag actually, and Trev knocks it home. But we never stopped trying to get that goal, to get that second goal. Of course, we were unsuccessful, and we let in the equalizer, but we fought, and we're the underdog in this situation. I think the performance that the boys put on today, I'm not going to say a statement, because it's a draw, right? It's a draw at home, so it's not what you wanted. It's not what I feel we deserved, right? But the league leaders who have, well, I guess at this point, a 4-point lead over us, that's not necessarily the performance that you're happy with, right? I think they're very relieved. I think they're very happy that this game ended 1-1, ended with a draw, and I think we just accept that it ended with a draw, if that makes any sense. Looking back on our run, 3 points against Burnley, 3 points against Barcelona, 1 point against Arsenal. What's that? 7 points out of 9. Man, you can't. If I told you he was going to get 7 points out of 9 points prior to this run, every one of us would have taken it. Every single one of us would have taken it. So we know we can do better, but we definitely satisfied with that. Satisfied with today's performance. Not satisfied with the result in isolation, but I think satisfied with it in the grand scheme. But we know what's coming up for our club. Right, we know what has been a thorn in our club side for the past couple of years, the December run, right? The run through the holiday season. That's going to be the real test. And guess who's coming back? The one, the ice cold Palmer. That man is coming back, and it's going to feel like a new signing. It's going to feel like a new signing. We haven't seen him in 3 months, 13 games. Right, he's missed 13 games. He's going to come back in fresh, right? Apparently, he was fit enough to play today, but I think we probably would have saw him had Caicedo not got injured. Not injured, not got sent off. But with him getting sent off, that means everybody was going to have to run extra to cover ground for another man, and cover ground for a man that covers ground for 2 men when he's in the game. So that, I think that ruled out all chances of us seeing Cole. But that's just another bit of time that Cole gets to rest and to get ready to come back in. I'm super excited to see what we got going. I'm super excited to see how we move forward in the Champions League. And we didn't get the result that we wanted today, but I think our boys take this and use it as motivation. I think when we go to the Emirates, we're gonna make some noise. So Chelsea won, Arsenal won. Not the result that we wanted, but a result we will accept. Overall, man, not upset with the performance at all. Upset that we didn't take the opportunity to take 3 points back from the league leaders. But I think we definitely took a chunk out of their armor. I think they're wary of us. But like I said, the December run coming up, we're looking forward to it. Let me know who y'all thought the man of the match was in the comments. I know I was having trouble going between Bobbito and Reece, but I think Bobbito edged it out for me. But yeah, thank you for staying. If you reached it to this point in the video, if you reached it this far, let me see you type Bobbito in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the Blue Empire today. My name is Cam. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Help build this community over here. And if you enjoyed my talking points, if you enjoyed my analysis, please come back, like, subscribe, follow. Blue Empire, deuces.